What's up? It's Coaster Jedi back here with another video. So today I'll be ranking my favorite amusement parks part 2. I know I already started this video, but it's been a while since I posted the first one, so I apologize that it's been so long since I posted. I've been very busy with my schoolwork. I'm a full-time college student, and so I've had to deal with all of that schoolwork. But I'm on a break now, and hopefully by December I'll be able to start cranking these videos out for you guys to enjoy, so you continue to enjoy my content. So today we'll be diving into my favorite amusement parks, which is number 10 through number 1. I already released my first part, so go ahead and check that out on my channel. So a lot of these amusement parks are much bigger, and so let's compare these to each other. Kicking off the top 10, we have Dorney Park, and Dorney Park is a very good Cedar Fair park, if a little bit neglected. So it does have a very strong top 3 with Steel Force, Hydra, and Talon, all of which are very excellent coasters that I really don't have anything negative to say about. They're all good, solid rides. Unfortunately, the quality gets a little bit bare once you get past those few, especially with the only really good coaster being left being Possessed. This park desperately needs a new coaster, even if it's just something like, I know a wooden shuttle coaster has been discussed as a possibility, and I could really see that here. But it has some nice charm, it's a nice size, and I enjoyed my visit to Dorney Park. Plus, it doesn't get as crowded as other parks. At number 9, we have Canada's Wonderland, and so this is the only international park I've been to, and I honestly was pretty disappointed by it. I also didn't have the best day there because it was very crowded, and so I had to wait for pretty much everything that I got on, which was unfortunate. It kept me to only one ride on Leviathan, one on Yukon Striker, and 2 on Behemoth, and unfortunately I also did not get all the credits, so that kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. Another thing I did not like about this park is the amount of bad coasters is just staggering. Rides like Wild Beast, Time Warp, Flight Deck, Mighty Canadian Mindbuster. There's just so many rides that feel like a punishment to have to experience, and you don't want that. When you go to an amusement park, you want to be able to enjoy the great majority of the coasters. So even though they have a pretty strong top 3 and then okay supporting coasters like Dragonfire and Vortex, this park really did underwhelm me. Number 8 is a park that I could definitely see going up in the future, but as of right now, it's at number 8, King's Dominion, which has an elite 1-2 punch in Intimidator 305 and Twisted Timbers. Beyond that, they have good solid coasters like Dominator, Anaconda, Flight of Fear, Backlund Stunt Coaster, and Racer 75. That's a pretty solid collection, but I feel like it could be better. I think Tumbili will be helpful, but since I'm not the biggest fan of 40 free spins, it definitely won't be a save-all. But overall, I enjoyed this park. It has some nice charm to it. It's a very nice looking park, but it's definitely a very Cedar Fair stereotypical park to me. That's not a bad thing, but I just feel like it's not really as complete a park as some of these other ones on the list. Number 7 is Dollywood, and this is a park that a lot of people put very high on their list, maybe even top 5. Personally, I didn't think it's top 5 worthy, but I still thought it was an excellent park. It definitely reminded me of a Busch Gardens park if it were kind of based more on the US, and I enjoyed it. It has some great coasters like Wild Eagle, Lightning Rod. I wasn't as big of a fan of Thunderhead and Mystery Mine as some people are, but they're still excellent rides. And then, of course, you've got Tennessee Tornado, Dragonflyer, and the theming is great. You really do feel like you're in a completely different place. It feels nothing like the typical amusement park. And I enjoy that. It's definitely nice to have something different. And of course, you got to check out the cinnamon bread. So overall, I like Dollywood, just not as much as some other people do. But it's still a great park. Just outside of our top 5, we have Busch Gardens Tampa. So this is an awesome park because it really is an amusement park, but it's also a zoo combined with it. You get so many opportunities to see these awesome animals. Plus, just ride the coaster next to it. It's just an amazing combination of the two. And it has a solid coaster collection too. Coasters like Montu, Kumba, Cheetah Hunt, Shikra, Cobra's Curse are all big standouts. But they really are missing an airtime machine. They will hopefully get that with Iron Gwazi at some point, but for now I'm just ranking it as how the park is at the time. But it's still an excellent ride even without that elite airtime machine. But for me, Montu is definitely the best ride here, and it's the best invert in all of the US. So it's an excellent park that I highly recommend. Kicking off our top 5 is the park with one of the best coaster collections of any park that I've been to, Six Flags Great Adventure. They have an amazing top 3 with Nitro, El Toro, and King Ka, all fantastic rides. Now they have Jersey Devil, which I have not yet ridden, but you have to add that into the equation. And then they have some great supporting coasters like Batman the Ride, Bizarro, Green Lantern, and several others that are really a nice addition to the park. Unfortunately, this does suffer a lot from the Six Flags disease, where it's riddled with advertisements and poor landscaping, which definitely knocks it back a few spots. But the coasters are just so good that it's hard to ignore them. So that's a really excellent park, and it's a really enjoyable, fun thrill park. Number 4, we have Carowinds, and this is very similar to Six Flags Great Adventure in that they have an awesome coaster collection, but I do think that the atmosphere is a little better. There's not advertisements anywhere, and I just really like the feeling of being in the South and the Carolinas. There's some great rides here too, like Copperhead Strike, Afterburn, Intimidator, and who could forget Fury 325, one of the best coasters out there. I really do enjoy this park. I think it's excellent, and I think it has a lot more depth than people give it credit for. Unfortunately, there are some little things that bother me about this park. I feel like the operations are not very good, and there's just some little things that just bother me like that. But overall, there's enough to look past to be able to really enjoy this park. So this is a personal favorite of mine, and I think it'll continue to have a soft spot for me. Now we've reached our top 3. Number 3 is SeaWorld Orlando. I love SeaWorld Orlando. It is such an awesome park. It has a really great top 3 coasters in Mako, Manta, and Kraken, all fantastic B&M coasters. Mako is my favorite coaster, Manta's in my top 10, and Kraken is a top tier floorless. So it is awesome to see these rides all working together. I also really enjoy the animal exhibits that they have there. I think that they're very cool and very fun just to be able to have on the side. It's also not too gigantic of a park, which is nice. I kind of like that it's a lot more manageable of a size. Really, if there's the only thing this park could do to improve itself would be to get another coaster. And thankfully, Icebreaker will be coming, but as of now, I can't rank it any higher because Icebreaker is not yet open. But overall, this place has great coasters if it's more on quality over quantity. Plus, the atmosphere is just plain fun. Number 2, we have Hershey Park in Hershey, Pennsylvania. I have a soft spot for this ride because I used to live in Lancaster when I was a kid, so I kind of grew up going here. And the last time I visited was in 2019, so I've not yet ridden Candemonium. But even without Candemonium, which I think looks to be one of the best coasters in the park, they still have an excellent collection. Stormrunner is an amazing launch coaster. Fahrenheit's a lot of fun. Great Bear's a solid invert. And of course, Skyrush is a big favorite for a lot of people. Not as much for me, but I know a lot of people do enjoy it. So it has a very stacked and strong coaster collection. Plus, I really like the atmosphere. The theming is fun. Even though there isn't really a whole lot of it, I just like being there and being in Hershey Park. It just makes me happy anytime I'm there. It is unfortunate that the layout is weird. It's really hard to get around. But overall, Hershey Park I have a real soft spot for, and so I put it a lot higher on my list. But in my opinion, number 1 is a park that does coasters, the quantity and quality, just as well as the theming, and I think that that's an amazing combination. It's Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, home to the famous Apollo's Chariot, the best B&M dive coaster in the U.S., Griffin, amazing invert, and Alpengeist, and other coasters like Loch Ness Monster, Invader, for Bolton. It's just such a good lineup of coasters, and of course the park looks gorgeous, the theming is on point, and it's just a fantastic park. It's not perfect by any means. I really do hate the locker system that they have. It really does bug me, but outside of that, this park is pretty much flawless in my opinion, and Pantheon will make this park really a destination. So there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching my list. If you made it this far, you're a real one, and I appreciate you. So thank you guys for watching. Obviously, this is just my opinion, and you don't have to agree with it. So comment below what you think about the parks and how you would rank them. Once again, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.